All right, so today is October 28th, 2024. Going over today's trades. Um, today I took four trades. I told myself I was going to take two to three most. I ended up taking the third or fourth trade towards the end. I said, okay, I really need to step away. I felt my mental capital was depleted. I felt drained towards the end. What I did do a little different today was that I didn't have my heavy breakfast that I usually do after I'm working out. Only had a little bit of salad and some albacore and some popcorn. That was it. So because I feel like when I eat, I'm tired and I can't really focus. Sometimes I end up falling asleep in front of the computer, trying to keep my eyes looking at the charts. So I'm gonna go over the trades. Let's see if I have my trader rate up. Uh, I do. So so this is the practice account. So I was taking normal sizes, 1 to 2 ES contracts. This one worked out fine, the first one, but ended up stopping early. I realized that we hit a location on the chart that I'm still getting used to. So, making sense of it. The rest of them, shit, look at that. That sucks, right? So let's get into it. Trades, most of these were longs. I think I had one short at the end, right here. We had the short, but everything else was a long trade for valid reasons. But I should have really been looking for shorts because of what I just noticed now at post market. So but my long idea was keen and good. This right here, 10:07. Let's go to the screenshot. Right, 10:07. So this is what the charts were looking at. Like, um, I entered here when price was breaking out of the range here, and Q was already out of it, like dancing around. ES was just breaking out, so I said, okay, we're probably gonna move a little higher, trying to get price to 5880.25. Really, where I was trying to get to. Um, Not knowing that price was done with moving high, NQ was still inside of a sell zone where price really took control, um, and just wasn't going higher. So what I did learn, so let's go to the actual charts themselves, is that we had this. This is where the market opened up. Market opened up at this candle, strong sell off, right? Should have respected that because we had buying here. We had buying, fell, buy, buy, set it to fell, and then it capped off, right? And when price came up here and capped off, I should have just really just taken the exit out right here and there. So I was up 6.75 points. Um, you could say a little higher, but I had two ES contracts. So find a calculator. Well, that's essentially 675 bucks, right? Up 675 bucks from that trade. Um, I was risking about maybe 400 because I think the exit was 5866. 5866. No, I was risking about say 500. So it's almost like a 1-to-1 trade. Doesn't look like that from here. Yeah, because I would have been exiting early versus that extra push up. So it's basically essentially a 1-to-1 trade. Um, let's mark it the way that it was. 5866 would be right about. I don't think it was 5866 exactly, but could be wrong. Let's see what it looks like on the. Yep, 5866. Yep, 558.70. 58.70. I think I waited for a pullback, didn't I? It broke. No, I entered here on this candle. Yeah, when this candle was breaking out, it didn't fully break out. I should have waited for the pullback. Um, this would have been a more of a reason to enter. Maybe even here and have the stop loss somewhere around here. But this is where I entered at. So I probably entered too soon. I should have entered here at this pullback also. I told myself I should wait for a pullback. I would have been risking three, right? But I entered on the breakout. So being impatient, I missed out on moving my stop loss up to here at least. Um, Before realizing that price was done with all of this, and this is where selling started. So I did miss out on this actual trade actually working out. It's already 7 points here. Should have been seven. This here is about, yeah, this is all 10 points. I'd have definitely gotten out at one of them at 10. I would definitely would have taken one at 10. So 50 times 10 is 500, right? 500. And then probably got the other one out right under here at 7. So plus 350, we'll say, or plus, see here, 7.75 times plus. All right, so that would have been 887 bucks, right? Right there. If I did enter, let's say I waited for this pullback around here. Maybe if I even entered there, uh, I don't know if I could trust this too much to really work out in my favor, but I would still been moving up, and I would have been out right about. Probably would have gotten out here somewhere for about 5 points or something like that. Because maybe even here for like 3 points. So for 300 bucks. All right, that's still more than most do in a day. So um, getting these price moves at 100, 200, 300 a day, those are pretty damn good. I'm gonna have to just start really focusing on those. But that was my trade. Price rejected there. Um, Came down, took me out. I had my stop loss right under this loop. Had my stop loss here. Price came. What was it under here somewhere? Price came, tagged me out, and then it bounced back up into here, like a son of a bitch it is. And then yeah, what was my stop loss at? Yeah, it was under these two candles right here. So it came and just took me out because we came up and then had a bit of consolidation bounce. So it came out and took me out like a bitch, and then moved up and then tanked, right? So if we go to the normal chart, where is the chart? Sheesh. If we go to the chart itself, what's this like that? Okay. No, I need volume under here. There it is. Okay. So that trade came in at 10:07. Like I said, NQ around 10:07 was breaking above. NQ was above, right here. All right, so I had valid reasons to enter. Then NQ just came and suffered at VWAP bounce, came back, suffered at VWAP, and dropped. And essentially, this was NQ all day until it reached the lower end. And we'll talk about NQ in a bit because something about NQ happened that I didn't see on ES that I should have been more aware of and cognitive of. All right, so back to ES on the 5 minute. Right, so we bounce here. All right, everything was looking good. I really wanted us to break this, and I really wanted to see higher prices up here. Or if we broke below, I wouldn't see price crash down. Price didn't give me either one. So here's what I noticed. I noticed that on ES, um, when price started opening, we had a range, right? Our price kept retesting the highs and the lows of these areas, trying to figure out what the hell is going on. Then it dropped down, came up, and couldn't get back above this. All right, so really was struggling here. Boom, buy, buy, sell, sell, buy, 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 sell, buy, sell, buy, buy, buy. Freaking sold off pre-market. Struggled, right? Needed to get above this mess here. Double bounce dropped, came up, hit that, and then hit that cluster. These clusters are very light, but hit this cluster and then sold off. All right, sold off right down here around noontime. So if we go to the 5 minute, I could have taken this trend line. Not so much the beginning one. Maybe I could have right off the bat. See that fail, take that down. But could have taken this trend line here. Um, go here. Would see that we're turning black, or not yet, but we have an opening here. Waiting for the pullback. Wouldn't really have gotten one. Maybe that's why I front running the other one. Because here we bounce. Didn't really have anywhere to really bounce. So would have entered somewhere around here like this. And this would have been a nice fucking trade. Risking about 3 points. Coming down to here. 9 points. Price bounces. Still in the black. Still in the black. Still in the black. Still in the black. And down. So that was that. So speaking about the black. Second trade. So yeah, that was my first trade. As you can see, took my exit. That trade very modified, very good, very confluently set up, but just couldn't fully capitalize on it. The second trade, I did try long again. We were bouncing out. It looked like we wanted to break out, but we were still in the dark. So when we came back down, I said I should just exit this trade because we got back underneath the dark clouds. NQ underneath the dark clouds. I said, and NQ was really holding this level. If you saw it from the 5 minute, NQ was not letting go of that level. Let me put NQ up. NQ was not letting go of that level. That trade came in at around say 11:15. So right about here. So right here, right? NQ was holding that level for its dear life, right? So we got back under it and it stayed there. This level came from the it's gonna bounce around a lot with this. The this here, right? Where price sold off, we had a lot of wicks, and then price looked like it wanted to go, but it kept getting back under, and then I think I said 11:15. Yeah, this is where we are. So we're underneath the clouds. So I think we're gonna bounce off of this, right? Which we did. But when price entered to go, it stayed underneath the clouds the entire time. I should have just exited the trade because well, we're no longer showing signs of continuation. And then NQ did break out of that that structure right here, right? ES did it, but NQ had a sell, 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 where sellers were committed to keep price down here. It did reclaim, but it had already stayed down below. As you can see here, we sold and stayed there at 9:30. So this was a valid sell-off. ES, on the other hand, was look like I'm using just a 2-3 chart. ES, on the other hand, sold but stayed inside the entire time, which is why I was able to play long the first time and it worked, but couldn't play long the second time as it respected the sell here from that first time and sold off. So ES respected that, and then it's kind of like stayed below it. So NQ respecting that level that it had really stifled my entire trade trying to go back up right here, and really just stayed under it. So I should have still followed the dark clouds. So going back to the trade itself, on the second trade. After I entered, when price got below the dark clouds, I should have exited. I should not have let price come all the way down to here. I thought about exiting, and I'm like, let's see what happens, right? And here we can see it is just price is just bouncing against the clouds to drop down, not really breaking up higher. Don't have a reason to really break higher. Didn't have any buying coming in. All the buying we had was here, and it got stifled the entire time. And we never got any green buying candles to say that maybe we were interested. So that one ended up being a big loss. I'm giving back all of that I made on these two trades, putting me at negative 250 or three something. Has to 50, yeah, negative 250 plus commission. And then this one here came in at, I think I went one, and then I added to it, didn't I? Let's try to make sense of it, guys. Hold on. These two exit here. So this was my fifth trade here. So I took five trades. I took this one just for the heck of it. So this one here was supposed to be my last trade, 1152. So 1, 2, and 3. So I'm supposed to be down 500. 1152. So this is my third trade. Tried to go long again. Price was breaking out right here. Price was breaking out also, but still needed to get above all of this on NQ. NQ was still not letting price move up. So I ended up suffering that one as well. As you can see, price sold off from my entry, holding below what NQ was holding. I eventually marked that same area on ES and realized that it was an area that price was not interested in working with me. All right, so I ended up marking that area right around here. Was where that selling came from, 1102, and price really was just staying below it. So when I did try to go long around this here, well, we needed to clear that. That's where NQs was, and that's where price stayed below the whole time. As you can see, we really just respected that same area the entire time. Even though we did get above, we came back below and we stayed under it. And so just had to respect that. So just remind myself to match ES to NQ and match NQ to ES are very crucial. Same thing with this one here. Just seeing that okay, we sold off. Well, we have a cluster. It's important that we get above it to continue buying, right? We sold off. We came back to where we had that cluster and we bounced, which is a very good move because we bounce up, came back to the cluster and bounced. Here we destroyed the cluster, tried to sell off, but price wasn't having it. But this bounce was valid. This bounce also valid. Same thing. So down, up, down, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down. All right. So that was the third trade, and then the fourth trade was just me dicking around. I entered here, I added there, price came up. We're up a very good amount. I could have really just taken this and then put myself close to break even as possible, but I said I wanted to see how price worked out. Put my stop loss here, price came and stopped me out. And then I just took a shitty trade at the end just for the sake of just price selling off. I think on ES, price showed me this here, and I took the sell. I had my stop loss right about here, so price came, and I stepped away from the computer. Price came back down here. Eventually took me out, came down. So just like I thought, maybe since NQ was heading towards settlement price, that ES would also go, but NQ went to settlement price by itself, like a bitch, and now it's bouncing. ES now don't know what the hell it's doing. So takeaway, I can say that these clusters, I love them. They're making sense to me. I really like how they look. The clouds, I'm also liking it because it's like, well, if we're not below it, if we're not above it, why am I still in the trade? I need to get out, because price should continue up higher to create a green cloud to bounce off of to show that we're interested in moving price higher. I kind of like how we did here and had cloud to bounce off of to take us up to the high. If we look at it from the NQ ES perspective, I should have a 1 minute ES somewhere in here. Yeah. from ES perspective, once we hit those clouds, until it turns like here, I entered here, right? I was really um, probably was in the heat, but since we bounced, that was a good bounce. Add, add, good bounce, add, and then we. This is still NQ. Went the wrong way. Yes, it's right here. Sheesh, sorry guys. So I entered here. I felt it was bad. So came up, bounce, very scary. Came back up to reclaim, good. Came back down, bounce, nowhere to actually add there, and then boom. So could have added on the reclaim here, stop loss there, kind of back to like where my entry was. All right, price moves up, comes back down. Would like to add, but it is what it is. Probably if I'm quick enough, buy as it's going up, and then take the exit there. All right, so that would have been a very good trade. Um, which I felt confident in that trade. Same thing with going down. Um, not liking that price is above the cloud, but there's no green clouds here to say that price should continue. So price drops down below it, retest, up below it, retest, drops below it. So I have to put my stop loss around here. This is not a valid one. Below it, and then breaks above, and then we have green clouds for the reversal. Boom, green cloud, test, push, push. All right. Maybe I just trade clouds. I don't know. But it's just how do I trade it? I just have to trade when price close there and then buy it. All right. Price close and then start to buy, get in, start to lift. All right. So this probably would have fucked me up. Damn it. And then try it again. So I don't know. But right now, just doing what I can with my levels that I have over 30.